Welcome back to Mr. Joyrider Gaming. You are in the midst of our series on Kung Fu Master / Spartan X, which was an arcade game developed in Japan and created by IRM and then distributed by Data East in North America. And we are going to play. We played the arcade version first. So let's slide into one of the probably the most well-known version, sort of. We're going to play the Famicom version. In Japan, it was known as Spartan X, and not Kung Fu or Kung Fu Master, when this game did get imported as a black box title in America under the name Kung Fu, just Kung Fu, in North America. And it was the top-selling video game during July of 1986 and September of 1986 in North America. The NES version went to sell 3.5 million copies worldwide. And Top Score reviewed the NES version in early 1987, calling it a fantastic reproduction of its arcade counterpart and an action-packed winner. Now, this game is very cool on the Famicom or the NES because of who was involved in its creation. This game, first of all, the music was composed by Koji Kondo, who you know from The Legend of Zelda and many, many other games for Nintendo, and it was sort of designed / produced by Shigeru Miyamoto, who, as you know, is the game director at Nintendo, and he's still the one calling the shots. So, from what I gathered, is they wanted to work on learning how to program some side-scrolling games, platformers, and things like that. And so, when they decided to bring over the Spartan X for the home console, they didn't just sort of use existing properties and whatnot. They created just a whole new version. In the NES version, Thomas is modeled after Jackie Chan. And, well, let me tell you, here's what it says on the wiki. It says, it was converted and published by Nintendo, with the port designed and directed by Miyamoto. He led the Nintendo development team responsible for porting the Famicom port. He was interested in porting Kung Fu Master due to its side-scrolling gameplay, which he had in his mind for the platform genre. So he wanted to gain experience developing side-scrolling games with Excitebike and Kung Fu. He also worked on the Famicom port, designing the sound effects. Koji Kondo, I should say, worked on the Famicom port, designing sound effects. In the NES version, Thomas is modeled after Jackie Chan. Okay, so that's what we got for the Famicom version, called Spartan X. And I will say, out of all the different versions that I've played, and I've played a lot of them for this series, the Famicom version is absolutely the best version of the game. It's the most fun. The controllers are the most intuitive. You got a problem when you're playing some of the other versions, some of the other ports of Kung Fu, with systems that didn't have more than one button. And although this game does use up for jump, you got a different button for punch and for kick. In most of the versions, it's just the same button, and it's hard to differentiate between when you're going to kick and when you're going to punch. But the most annoying thing about every other version of this game, almost, is that to attack, you've got to be pressing the direction on your gamepad where you want to kick or punch or whatever. And so you're almost always sort of running into some of the characters. So you'll see in some of these where these characters will just latch onto you because you're moving to them while you're trying to attack them, and it's just a pain in the butt. But the Nintendo version, very, very good. Game Famicom version, very good. And probably the easiest, at least on the early levels. So here we're going to give it a go. This is Spartan X for the Famicom. And yeah, let's take a look at it. All right.
You